Welcome, everyone. My name is Mackenzie. I am a sales manager here at Barn to Door.
Hi, I'm Alessandro. I am a success manager for the onboarding team.
Awesome. Well, today we are going to talk about key tactics to making delivery profitable for your farm. So excited to hop right in. So first and foremost, you want to simplify your packaging. Buyers experience paralysis when they're faced with too many choices, so you want to make it super easy for them.
Yeah, one of the great ways to simplify your products is to offer a bundle or just to offer fewer choices. I think that, selling your individual products at a premium is a great way to help with that. But also just thinking about, putting items together that you see people purchase on a consistent basis, that will just help make sure that they're finding things that they want, converting at a higher rate, especially when they have a little bit less to choose from in the store.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, 90% of buyers will opt in for recommended bundles. So it's a great way to capture those buyers, and they trust you as the farmer and the products that you're going to put into those.
Yeah, we see that, our top selling farms have less than 55 products in their store. And they are, really leaning into this model as a way to help with that conversion.
So how would you recommend selling bundles to customers?
Yeah, well, we see what works really well for the different farms that we work with is focusing on kind of the three categories of households that we see in America. So a third of Americans live alone, a third of Americans live with, about two people, and then the remaining third live with three or more. Not many people own a chest freezer. Depending on the sources, it's between 2 and 3%. And even if it was as high as 5%, that means that 95% of Americans can't buy a bulk, beef or a whole pig or a half pig. I know that I certainly can't. And so one of the ways to kind of work with that is to focus on smaller bundle sizes. So thinking around 5, 10, and 15 pounds. I think that's kind of the best way to target those household sizes of 1, 2, or 4 people. I know that I'm a family of 4 with 2 young kids, and Mackenzie.
I am a family of 1, so
Yeah.
5-pound boxes work great for me.
Yeah, and a 10 or a 15 works really well for my house, especially, given the time of year. Maybe in the summertime we'll go to 15, but the rest of the year we try to eat a little bit lighter on the meat side. Sorry.
Awesome. So, the second tactic here is to sell subscriptions. So, buyers love subscriptions. They're seeing subscriptions in every, facet of their life, whether that's Netflix or Spotify or things like that. It makes it really easy for them to just, click it and forget it and just purchase one time. It also is going to create predictability in your business as a farmer. So really being able to not only help you with your processing or harvest dates, but also predictable monthly revenue for your farm.
Yeah, this is really meeting your buyers' expectations. Amazon has done a fantastic job of creating a sense of subscriptions, especially when it comes to buying products. And they deliver it right to people's homes. And so that's kind of the whole point here is that you want to find a way to make delivery profitable for your business as well. And so by creating these subscriptions for your farm products is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about frequency of subscriptions. What do you normally see work best?
It really depends on the types of products, but for most of the protein farms that we work with, doing it on a monthly basis works really, really well. So a lot of them will time it out to go on the first week of the month or the second week of the month, something along those lines. So there's really consistency in what they're doing, and that way they can see, certain farms can see about 80% of their revenue that's coming in a certain way month over month because they have those subscriptions set up. And similarly for the vegetable farms that we work with, they tend to do it on a weekly basis. There's just a little bit less shelf life when you're dealing with a fresh product versus like a frozen product. But that works really well, and that's where customers' expectations are for weekly produce boxes. So I think that's kind of the way that we would go about it.
So here's a little bit of evidence on farm success with deliveries and subscriptions straight to doors. So a dairy farm that we worked with, they were switching from wholesale to direct, which can be a really challenging thing to do. With that, they needed to go in, build a brand, and build a direct customer base. So how were we able to help them?
Yeah, well, what we did was we helped them to target their brand locally on social and through email marketing. And we helped them to add subscriptions into their store and really start to offer that out. They started to offer in a door-to-door delivery. And for them, that was really the tipping point for their success. They saw that their buyers were really attracted to that convenience of having, farm fresh milk delivered to their door each week. And once you start that, there's really no going back.
Yeah, I think after a while, 77% of all the buyers from the dairy were actually signed up for subscriptions with direct delivery. So a huge impact on their business.
Yeah, it really doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. So third tactic here is to really narrow in on your delivery areas and time. So you just want to have a really simple and focused delivery strategy.
I think the key is to start small. You want to focus on the area that you are living in, or maybe a local city or town where you know that there are potential customers. You don't have to shoot for the moon and do every single place in your area. That's going to be a little bit too hard and biting off a little bit more than you can chew sometimes. So start small. Take one step at a time. You can always add additional zones, or you can add additional areas to do the deliveries, and then start to think about optimizing your delivery times. If you're doing a delivery earlier in the morning, you might be able to get more deliveries done than if you're going into the city during rush hour traffic or something like that. And then another great thing that you can start to do is to leverage the routing apps that we work with in order to optimize those routes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we are super excited to learn more about the partnership with Routific. Farms will be able to sync their pack schedules with the Routific app just with a simple click of a button on the back end of the Barn to Door account, which is going to be really, really cool. I can't think of any other companies that offer this, so this is just a fantastic way to save time for our farmers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think actually it's going to help save about 95% of time on route planning and up to 40% on fuel efficiency, which is really cool.
I've worked with several farms that have come over, and they would tell me I was, copying and pasting addresses into Google Maps. So this is just kind of taking things to the next level.
Awesome. And here is just a little snapshot of one of these routing apps here and the different kinds of ways to manage your deliveries and delivery zones. What are some things that you see helpful for managing delivery zones?
I think thinking about the areas that you want to go to is kind of the most important part with this. You can see in this slide here that, they have different delivery charges for different areas, and they're doing them on different days of the week to help spread that out. You don't have to do everything all in the same day. You can really have a little bit more freedom to customize when you're going to go and what you're going to do.
Totally. I know here in Seattle, this farm in particular, Fremont is on kind of one side of our bridge, and then the Capitol Hill delivery is in a busier part of the city, so they charged a little bit more for deliveries in that area. So really just making sure that you're getting paid for the work that you're doing. So you do want to charge delivery fees. Speaking of that, we find that buyers will pay for delivery fees. I know I just paid a delivery fee on some Thai food I ordered the other day. I'm sure you can relate.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I ordered pizza for my family tonight, and there was certainly a delivery fee on that, but didn't stop me from placing the order.
Exactly. So buyers will pay. How much of a delivery fee is normally successful with farms?
I think most people start with $5, and then they maybe will move up anywhere as high as $15. Again, it really depends on kind of the area that you're going to and what your time is worth in those areas. Don't forget to value your time. So $5, I would say $5 is, I would say, the minimum that you want to start with, because people will pay that. And then that way, if they're doing around 3 to 6 deliveries per hour, they can see that they'll start to make a little bit of a profit on that and certainly cover the costs of gas and wear and tear on their vehicle.
Yeah, that's huge. And do you want to talk a little bit about kind of the different ways that you can kind of organize these deliveries?
Yeah, so it's very easy to customize that on the back end. You can see here that there's an example of what a subscription looks like to purchase through the as a buyer on the Barn to Door storefront. And so, it's very clearly laid out what the cost of the base price of the item is, and then for the delivery fee and what the frequency of that is, and then what they're going to pay at checkout. You can set your fees up based off of the distance that you'll need to travel into those different zones. And, if you're going to serve a more urban or suburban area, you can end up actually doing around like 9 to 12 deliveries, because if you have people that are closest together, it just helps to do that a little bit faster.
Awesome. So just a quick recap here. The 4 tactics that we walked through. Number 1, simplify your packaging. We talked a little bit about bundles there. 2, sell subscriptions. Subscriptions are all over the place. Your buyers are used to, paying for subscriptions. They want to, and it helps predictability with your business as well. 3, narrowing in on delivery areas and times. Start small, keep it simple. And then number 4, charge a delivery fee. People will pay for delivery fees. Alessandro and I are clear examples of that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn a little bit more about how to make delivery profitable for your farm, you can download our free ebook at barntodor.com/ebooks. It's really great, walks through all those same tactics that we just talked about. And you can also access the Barn to Door boot camps and academy, where we talk even more about how to make delivery profitable for your farm. You can access our boot camps at barntodor.com/bootcamps.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to talk to you about how to make delivery profitable for your farm. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Barn to Door.
Thanks so much.